If a woman allows you to touch one specific place on her body, most men do not even realize what it truly means. But I promise you this, it is never random. And before you assume this is just another loud internet claim designed to grab attention, stay with me, because what you are about to learn will permanently change the way you interpret female comfort, attraction, and emotional permission. There is one area that acts like a silent psychological switch. When a woman opens that door to you, it is not simply about physical contact. It is about trust reaching a level where her nervous system stops treating you like an outsider and starts responding to you like someone who belongs. Most women will never say this directly, but their body will reveal it with brutal honesty. In this video, I am going to walk you through the real hierarchy of touch, how it works in the female mind, why certain contact triggers safety while other contact triggers alarm, and why one final zone is the clearest indicator that she is emotionally letting you in. Pay attention to every part of this, because this is not about cheap seduction tricks, fake confidence games, or manipulative tactics. This is about understanding the subconscious language that women communicate through without even realizing it. If you have ever been confused by mixed signals, if you have ever wondered why one woman seemed distant while another leaned closer, this will explain it. And listen carefully, because at the end I will reveal the most sensitive and meaningful zone, the one that almost always appears only after she has already made a decision about you in her mind. But before we get there, you need to understand something most men never learn. A woman does not experience touch the way a man does. A man often experiences touch as a direct physical sensation. A woman experiences touch as a full psychological event. Her brain does not just register your hand, it instantly evaluates the intention behind it. It reads your energy. It measures whether you are calm or needy, confident or insecure, respectful or invasive. This evaluation happens in fractions of a second, far below her conscious awareness. And once her nervous system makes that decision, her body reacts automatically. She either relaxes, leans in, softens, or she tenses up, pulls away, and creates distance. That is why touch is never just touch. Touch is a test. Touch is a message. Touch is a conversation without words. Now, I want you to imagine something. You are on a date. You are walking beside her. There is laughter, eye contact, warmth in the air. You reach out casually, lightly, and your fingers brush her arm. She does not flinch. She does not move away. She stays close. That one moment might seem meaningless to you, but inside her mind, something important just happened. Her subconscious asked, is he safe? Does he respect me? Does his presence feel calm or chaotic? And when she stays relaxed, she has given you the first sign that her body is not rejecting you. But here is where most men make a huge mistake. They assume that because she accepted one touch, she will accept any touch. That is not how it works. Female comfort is layered. It is built in levels. Think of it like a locked building with multiple doors. Every door is a different part of her body, and every door has a different emotional meaning. And when she opens each door, she is making an unconscious decision about how much access you deserve. Most men do not understand this. They treat touch like a flat map, where everything means the same. They think touching her shoulder is equal to touching her waist. They believe holding her hand is equal to touching her face. They think brushing her hair is equal to placing your hand on the back of her neck. And because they cannot read the difference, they either move too fast and trigger her defenses, or they move too slow and miss opportunities that were already being offered to them. So let me give you the real map, the real hierarchy step by step, so you can understand what her body is actually saying when her mouth stays quiet. But first, here is an important warning. If you watch this video like a manipulation manual, you have already lost, because women do not respond to tactics. They respond to authenticity. If you touch her with desperation, she will feel it. If you touch her with arrogance, she will feel it. If you touch her while mentally calculating your next move like a predator, she will feel it. And the truth is, She will not even need proof. Her nervous system will detect it before her brain can explain it. That is why the most powerful thing you can bring into any interaction is not technique. It is grounded masculine presence. It is calm energy. It is emotional control. It is respect that is felt, not performed. Now, let us break down the levels of touch. Level 1 is the arms and shoulders. This is neutral territory. This is the zone where most women allow contact from almost anyone, especially in social settings. A friendly touch on the shoulder, a casual tap on the arm, this does not mean attraction. It means you are not seen as dangerous. You have not triggered her alarm system. Think of it as the entry gate. If she allows this touch and stays relaxed, it is a green light for basic comfort, nothing more. But if she stiffens, steps away, or turns her body away from you, it is a sign her subconscious is already rejecting your energy. Level 2 is the hands and wrists. This is where things begin to change. Hands are powerful because they symbolize connection. When a woman allows you to hold her hand, she is allowing you into her personal space in a way that is visible and intimate. It is also a symbolic surrender of control, because holding hands links two nervous systems together. But the wrist is even more vulnerable. The wrist is thin, exposed, and sensitive. It is not an area women allow strangers to touch casually. When she lets your fingers rest on her wrist, her body is saying, "I am comfortable enough to allow you close to a place that feels delicate." That is why holding her wrist gently during a playful moment can create a deeper reaction than you might expect. But remember, it is not the location alone. It is your energy. One man can hold her hand and she feels nothing. Another man holds the same hand and her entire body responds. The difference is not the hand. The difference is the masculine presence behind it. Level 3 is the waist and lower back. This is where the signal becomes far more serious. The waist is a protective zone. It is close to her core. It is the area where she feels a man leading her physically. It is also the area she cannot easily monitor because she cannot see behind her. When you place your hand on her lower back, you are entering a zone that demands instinctive trust. If she accepts it and does not pull away, she is saying you do not feel like a threat. She is allowing your presence to guide her movement. That is why you often see couples walking through crowds with a man guiding his woman by the lower back. It is not just about direction. It is about protection. It is about claiming space. If she leans into your hand instead of resisting, she is allowing you to take a leadership role in the physical dynamic. But do not confuse this with automatic attraction. It is a strong sign, but it still must be earned. Level 4 is the neck and face. This is sacred territory. The neck is biologically vulnerable. It contains pulse points, arteries, breath, and it is deeply linked to survival instincts. When a woman allows a man to touch her neck, her subconscious is saying something very clear. She trusts you enough to let you near a place her body normally guards. The face is even more personal. The face is identity. It is the part of her that the world sees. It is the part of her that holds emotion, expression, and vulnerability. If she allows you to touch her cheek, to brush your thumb gently along her jaw, and she does not recoil, that is not a casual moment. That is an emotional opening. Many women will allow a hug, but they will not allow their face to be touched unless they feel deeply safe. But now, beyond these levels, there is one final zone that almost no man understands, and it is the zone that reveals more than her words ever will. This is the zone that makes her defenses weaken without her even trying. This is the zone that activates something primal inside her because it is not only physical, it is symbolic. And most men think it is meaningless because they have never understood what hair truly represents to a woman. The final zone is her hair. And no, I do not mean a man aggressively grabbing or forcing his hand through it like a movie scene. I mean the moment she allows you to gently touch it, to move it away from her face, to lightly stroke it as she sits close to you, and she does not resist. That moment is not small. That moment is massive. Because hair is not just hair. Hair is femininity. Hair is identity. Hair is how she expresses mood, beauty, softness, and power. It is something she manages, protects, styles, and controls. Many women do not even like other women touching their hair. So when she allows a man to touch it, she is giving him access to something deeply personal. She is allowing him to enter a space she normally keeps for herself. But the true signal is not the permission. The true signal is the reaction. If you touch her hair and she freezes, you moved too fast. If you touch her hair and she gently moves away, she is still guarded. But if you touch her hair and she tilts her head slightly toward your hand, if she closes her eyes for a moment, if her breathing slows, if she smiles without thinking, if she releases a quiet sigh she did not plan to release, then, brother, that is her nervous system speaking. That is not acting. That is not strategy. That is chemical surrender. Her body is saying, I feel safe with you. I feel comfort with you. I trust your presence enough to relax completely. And the reason hair is such a powerful indicator is because it is rarely the first door. It comes after the others. It comes after you have proven through time, energy, and behavior that you are not dangerous. It comes after she has watched how you speak, how you move, how you handle pressure, how you treat people, how you respond to rejection, and how you carry yourself when you do not get what you want. That is why a man who rushes this touch will fail. A man who forces this touch will destroy the entire dynamic. But a man who builds trust naturally, step by step, will eventually find that she gives him access without him even needing to ask. And that is the real secret. Women do not surrender to force. Women surrender to safety. Now here is the deeper truth that will separate you from average men. Touch is not a conquest tool. It is a communication channel. Every touch sends a message. When you touch her arm, you are saying, I am friendly. When you hold,